It's time.
We're going to start with the Vikings.
All right, jumping into the Vikings here.
Play all the songs. Okay, quick.
It's like football in May.
Right.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait.
So the Vikings have 4-ish primetime games, I guess you can consider.
I'm just going to pull up, just throw up the Excel sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then I can toggle that off. And not try to run your computer.
All right, let's connect here.
I'm so excited about this. You know what's nice about going into an NFL season when you have zero hopes for your team?
Well, I mean,
It makes it a lot more fun for you talking shit about other teams.
Which you can get back to.
I'm really excited about.
You'll be able to get back to that in your futures bet. I looked at the Falcons futures bet.
How could you? I don't even know if they have them.
They do.
4.5 wins?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about that.
So Vikings this year, first year with new head coach, new GM.
Awful start.
The start,
What the hell? You can't get into a rhythm with that start. Home for the Packers, then Monday night Eagles, Lions, and then in London.
But
and then Bears.
that's the doubleheader night that they were talking about for Monday night. So they start, I believe it's an 8:30 start or 7:30 start to that game.
At least you're at home next week. That was smart for them.
So what
NFL. That's smart.
what I was interested in, it sounds like Kevin O'Connell. So when they play their London game, travel, all this stuff, a lot of times they have a bye that next week. He requested a game, it sounds like.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, against your division.
That makes
Yeah.
sense because I think they have to, there's a schedule equity.
Yeah.
Right.
The NFL
Correct.
Yep.
to whatever.
Yeah, but
play
I don't
they
think he
they
thought
follow.
interdivision after that.
So
though, probably.
here's
'Cause
my
that's not-
only
You don't want that off show.
Here's my only switch up that I would like to see here. So all of their opponents have outdoor cold, right?
Their ways.
Their divisional opponents, I should say.
Absolutely.
And
They're
so
all end of season.
who are all exactly. That's the one thing I'd like to see
Including the
switch.
Giants.
Well, no.
No.
Giants are at home.
Oh, sorry.
Giants are at home. It's just Christmas
My
Eve.
bad. That's on me. That's on me. I read that wrong.
But the
Just the
Packers
last two
playing
games, right.
playing the Packers at home.
Lions week 14.
Lions week at home. So, but realistically, if I wanted
also games that matter.
Jets could be
Right.
cold. Jets, Lions.
but if I want to go in and break this down, there's some needs that the Packers need to address before that game. So I feel confident. A lot of times it's a split in between Minnesota and Green Bay.
Right.
I feel confident playing them week 1.
Yeah. Not a bad draw week 1.
The Eagles, that's an interesting matchup. I want Justin Jefferson to run all over them based off of what Rieger said, just because he was.
Hey, the Eagles aren't a bad
But
spot.
they're not, no. I don't disagree.
They're
and
gonna challenge the
Cole,
Cowboys a lot.
Cole and Soy, you guys both made that point earlier. They got a lot better in the draft.
They've
So
That's
that
a lot of new pieces, though. So that's early
Right.
in the season. So you got to put them together.
True.
the Lions again, another person got quote unquote better in the draft.
They
you would
might have
say.
been the best worst team last year by far.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they're a dangerous team always.
They still have Goff. though.
You know they're going to play hard.
The Saints in London. I like the Vikings' chances there. So if I'm looking at this right now,
Although they got
3-1 probably out of that start.
Yeah, but even if you go 2-2, you're not.
Did you see
Right.
the Saints who they picked up? I mean, they got Landry. They got some squad now.
It's just, yeah.
I had to, guys. I hate.
Do you see? Well, speaking of the Saints, did you see Drew Brees got let go from his analyst position
said,
and then
"Have I
talked
play?"
about
he will not go to the Saints.
Also,
He's not playing football. I think he just said that to say it.
did he
It would
get
be
a
cool, though.
steroid shot in his arm? Did he
Put-
fall and break?
put
his
him
arm
in
like
Seattle.
Gardner or what?
Put him in
Like,
Seattle.
That guy couldn't.
Put him in
hold
Seattle.
Wet noodle arm.
Put him in.
He's not playing.
Put him in Carolina. But so I like a
Jameis
3-1
Winston.
start. I mean the Bears.
You guys are going to go
I still like them better than the Bears.
you're 4-1, 3-2 going into the Dolphins.
Yeah, I think.
My opinion.
I personally think you could potentially be 5-1, 4-2 ish going into bye week.
You could also be 2-4
I mean, true. What's worst case do you think?
because you're the Vikings.
You're the Vikings fan, sorry. And you
Worst case, I think. Personally, I think 3-3. Worst case.
That's fair.
And I mean, again, we'll look at this later on, and we'll do shitty shots on over/under.
Yeah. Personally, I think
not today.
Personally, I think
Too
worst
soon.
case.
Too soon.
I think we should just because it is so too soon.
Too soon. A too soon shitty shot.
And we have to break. Okay, so I was thinking this on the drive over. We have to break the season into thirds.
Yep.
Right
Fair.
now because you can't do quarters.
Right.
Thanks.
Right.
So let's break it into thirds.
Mm-hmm.
And today we talk about the thirds, and we go back and revisit that. And yes, we put shitty shots on the thirds now,
Okay.
and then thirds preseason when we actually have
Some
facts.
information. That's fine.
Yeah.
So
Quick thirds.
So out of that first third there, 3-3 worst, I think. I mean, 5-1's probably best case scenario.
So are we going 3.5 or 4.5?
3.5.
Over 3.5.
We'll give him that.
Okay, so note that.
He's going 4-2. Shitty shot 4-2.
Over 3.5.
What? Yeah. I mean, he's saying.
And
it's
this is
4-2
just
or
all
better.
for our own individual teams, so not
Correct.
against
Correct.
us. Nope. I'm
We'll
fine
do
with
that.
Yep. No,
We'll
that
do
makes
that
sense.
when
That makes
there's
sense.
because I know almost next to nothing about the Vikings and Cowboys at this point, except for that your running back sucks for
All right.
the Cowboys.
So
second, third.
this is where it gets kind of grueling for these guys, I think. Yeah, you got your bye week technically to start your second, third, but depending if Kyler Murray plays, that's right when Hopkins comes back. So is he itching? Does he have a good game?
Mm-hmm.
You know he's going to be working out. He's going to be doing all the right things.
Right.
Commanders, the thing is they got a really good defense and they can compete.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can compete. Do I love them? No. Next week they're going to lose. I mean, they're going to lose to the Bills. I think the Bills are arguably the best team in football going into next year.
Right.
Cowboys, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter if they play. They could play their 7th string practice squad quarterback. They're probably going to beat the Vikings.
Like they did
You're
last
playing
year.
them at home though.
Both Dalton and Cooper Rush beat them at home
At home.
2 years in a row.
Yeah.
I forgot that stat.
So that's what's
As
tough.
long as Dak Prescott doesn't dye his hair,
God.
you guys will probably be in good shape.
Yeah, no kidding. Then we jump into the Then we jump into the Patriots, who's a up and
That's the
coming
Thanksgiving game.
At home at Thanksgiving, Vikings win.
I
just saying, Patriots don't
agree.
play on Thanksgiving.
I
They don't-
agree.
that's
Looking at that on paper, but
You have to. That's all we
That's-
got right now.
Okay, that's our second, third.
second, third,
That is no sign. 1, 2, 3.
Well, the bye's got to be included.
one.
That's
Oh.
6. So you,
My math, I was doing the Jets.
so you get
on,
one.
on
you
me.
get an
You get a
auto
win.
for the bye. So
By win, I mean 0.
so what we set the other one at 3.5. So is this one 2.5?
Yeah.
I'm saying over 2.5.
I'm an optimistic guy. He loves
Wow.
his squad.
I was thinking with that stretch, and I was actually including the Jets. 3-3 is
But I mean, he gets one, so it's really 1.5.
it's 1.5. Yeah, it's 1.5.
I mean,
being 2-9s?
the reason. So
it's early.
That's
the bye, obviously. I think they can beat the Commanders and the Patriots.
Okay.
Cowboys toss up in there.
all right.
So then jump into
So
the.
is it 2.5 or 1.5? Are we including the bye as a win, right?
Buys a win.
So okay.
So okay.
He doesn't think he's going to beat the Bills or the Cowboys. Besides that, he thinks he's going to win. I just don't. I mean,
I'm going 3-3
Yeah. So that's fine.
in that stretch.
Mm-hmm.
So currently we're at 7-5 going into the last third of the season.
Well, technically, you're at 6-5 or 7-4.
Sorry, yes, I included that
Yeah.
bye.
Yep.
You don't actually get a win for a bye, although I wish.
So 6-5 technically, and I
Okay,
actually
yeah, got
think
you.
they end in 1, 2, 3. I'm
It's
going
gotta be
10-7.
4.5. We
yeah,
can't.
1. 2. Yeah, based on what we know right now, it has to be.
Jets, Lions, Giants, Bears are
4.5.
going to be favored in all of them.
And Packers late if yep.
So he's got to.
4.5. 100%.
I'm taking
and the
under on
Colts?
4.5
Under 4.5.
because I think it's 4.
Okay. The Colt. Are the Colts?
So
gonna be good this year?
you're 10. What?
Are the Colts going to be good?
Why would they not be?
That's
The
true.
only piece they lost was their quarterback, and then they
actually
upgraded.
got better.
So
That's fair. That's fair.
So overall, first thing,
Tennessee.
one, I'm taking the over. As you can see, those future bets, I would take the over 8.5 wins. I have it right underneath, so we can just highlight it.
I know. I need the record in my brain.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. So I'm just going to highlight this in light green here. That's where I'm taking it.
It works.
Yeah,
Division winner
actually-
+2. Plus,
Actually, you know what? I am going to bold it because green means a guaranteed win. That's what we've been doing.
but you can call that. That's fine. Just put more
Division
shitty
winner.
shots.
What I'm super surprised about is the fact that the Packers are such a strong favorite for that.
Right.
What are
based
they?
off
What is their?
Theirs is like minus 160 or something like that.
That's
Where
a
the
lot,
Vikings were
considering
second
they don't
plus
have much skill
280.
talent.
So realistically, I'm potentially
Can we all agree it is Vikings pack the only coming out of this division?
I mean, unless you see a huge jump from Fields year 2, which
I
is a
can
Or
see-
possibility.
the Lions actually?
Here's what-
finish
here's
And
games?
what's
the
weird.
Lions also have gotten better.
Here's what's
Like,
weird.
Neither
I
one of
think-
those teams has gotten worse.
I think the Packers
I think
have
the
a
Packers
better
got
shot
worse.
have a better shot of finishing third than they do first.
I would.
Ooh. So he's going under
They have a better shot finishing third than
first.
first.
We're going to revisit that closer to the season.
Hot take. Play that. I like that.
I disagree.
I
but-
mean, I don't know if I can agree or disagree. I just love that sentence.
yeah, no, I love
Absolutely.
the take.
All right, let's
Great
go.
take.
All right, moving on.
And NFC champ, that one's just. I think there's better.
I don't think
there's better teams there.
I don't think we won't talk about that
Right.
There's better teams
yet.
in NFC.
Let's wait till the
Are you ready
fall.
for your Falcons?
No,
Ryan, are you heading out?
Yeah.
All right.
Take care, babe. Let
Yes.
us know.
Get that kid taken care of.
I'll try to shut this down. I'll probably screw it up.
I just don't know that you can pull it up over there. That's the only thing.
What? Just don't shut down your computer. I didn't even pull it up, did I? I
No,
pull it up.
you didn't.
Because that was on you. All right. Screw it. We'll throw up we'll have the mother trucker. Time do you have to?
We'll just have to play it later.
20 minutes. So we each got 10 minutes.
10 minutes apiece.
And go. Without seeing any schedule.
On your marks. Well, we play the Bucs again, opening game.
Again.
Which
How'd that work out?
so Tom Brady retired,
Did he?
then he unretired.
Yeah.
So therefore, I mean, they played a shootout last year. Probably one of the most entertaining
It was. Yeah.
regular season games of the year. I really don't see much of a difference as far as start of the season.
Gronk might not be there.
Right. But I mean,
So
ultimately,
up.
I don't think either team got
toss up.
extremely better or worse, and the game was a pick'em game to start.
Yeah.
It's at home, which gives the
Helps.
Cowboys no advantage, unfortunately.
Not based on last year.
Yeah, but I
Fair.
mean, why is that going to change? They haven't
I
changed
have
anything
no
in their
clue.
leadership. They haven't changed anything with their team captains. Like something to me, something has to change for that to change, and nothing has changed. So I don't. I mean, you start Bucks Bengals.
Woof.
I don't have a ton of confidence. I also like they play in the NFC East, so my confidence comes from the division they play in, and more the incompetence of that than the competence of their own squad, which is never a good place to be as a fan. So, I mean, we play the defending Super Bowl champions Game 5. We play the defending AFC champions Game 2. We play Tom Brady Game 1. And then we toss in the Giants and the Commanders in between there, Games 3 and 4. And then the Eagles Game 6. That's at the Eagles. Never easy to play at Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Back to back away. Oh, well, that's tough. That's
So-
LA to Philly.
Right. So you're going coast to coast.
I will give you 2.5. Over under 2.5.
I mean, I feel like I've got to take the over on that from just a confidence standpoint of we've got to win our divisional games if we're going to have a remotely successful season.
That hurt. That I thought
Everybody wants to make fun of Dallas' schedule, but
that's tough.
Like
you could easily be 0-2,
Mhm.
2-2, 3-3.
Right.
Honestly, from a not Cowboys fan, 3-3 is a solid in the first quarter.
absolutely. You could sign
Take
me up for
3-3 and then
right
move
now
on
and
to the
run.
Lions. Absolutely.
So we start Lions, Bears,
Oof.
bye. So there's 3 right there. You've got to win those 3 games. And then you get Packers, Vikings, Giants, at Packers, at Vikings, Giants at home. So you've got to win.
Okay.
In my mind, you've got to win one of those games, and you need to win 2. Have to win 1, need to win 2 of those games.
I'm gonna give you
Based on the schedule. It's 4.5.
we've been
I'm trying
nice.
to be fair
I'm
to
going-
what we did for Ryan.
Well, we did fair. Like we were easy, and then hard in the final third.
Right, but I mean, based on the teams that he's playing versus
Yeah,
the teams
you're
that
right.
Dallas is playing late,
All right, 4.5.
and
I would even put
if
it
I
at
did
4.
4. I mean, and that's where we would have put Ryan's 4.5. But
Correct.
you've got to put your
You
half
have to.
somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'll take under 4.5. I think they'll win 4.
Okay. So you're 7-5.
Mm-hmm. Typical
Going
Cowboys.
into Colts, Texans, Jaguars. This might be the least amount of NFC East you've had in the last 6 in a while.
Right. Usually it's strong.
It's strong. The other,
NFC
yeah,
East
absolutely.
finish.
So that's
This is a completely different look. Obviously, Colts going to be solid. Again, playing them at home. Colts playing a dome. We play in a dome. I feel no
wash from a dorm.
feeling no advantage there.
playing at home.
But you've got to win that game
You have to win that game. You do.
because Texans Jaguars you have to win.
Win.
There's 3.
There's 3.
And
Eagles.
then
You always
Eagles,
split.
Titans,
Titans are going to be tough.
Commanders.
And then
So you still finish somewhat NFC
another-
East.
by the way,
but
that's
the fact
another-
that you've got Eagles and Titans in your last 6,
that's another 4.5 for you.
but
bud.
they also offset that with Texans and Jags, or
That's
allegedly offset it.
That's another 4.5, bud.
Agree. I mean, I don't disagree
I
at
don't.
all.
I don't have anywhere to put you there.
But I think Dallas this year finishes. I think they're projected at 10.5.
10.5 is
10.5
over under.
wins.
Yeah, it says right there.
So
They're at 7 right now. That
again,
means
I'll
over.
go under 4.5, but therefore over 10.5 for the year. But I really like
Well,
the 10.5
hold on. No,
number.
I screwed that up. Where's the buy? Technically, this is the actual
Yes,
schedule.
it is. So
Puts
therefore
you
they'll
at
put
10
that
and
10.
7.
Right.
Yep,
Which is
under.
exactly where I would put them.
Okay. Hey,
I don't know
that
how
works
they
out
can
well.
be better than 10 and 7, knowing their team and knowing how we play in the regular season, which will be good enough for at least a tie in the NFC East and at least a wild card.
for the
worst
second
case
year in a row,
scenario.
your defense is probably going to dominate your offense. The problem is I don't see your
But the
offense
has
getting
got to
into-
get better this year.
It has to, but I don't see it specifically with that start.
Oh no, I don't disagree, but I don't
and
think
you guys
that-
usually stop again. This is because you.
But
Start
I'm not
East.
really worried about Bucks defense or Bengals defense.
I would be more worried about the. That's a toss up. Yeah, you're right. Giants
or
defense.
Giants defense,
Commanders, I would be.
right?
Rams, I would be.
But we get to play them at home,
And Eagles, I would be.
right? So like
Lions.
that's the nice thing is that
Fair.
when I look at it, is
Your
even
offense
if we're
should-
not winning, we're successful on offense.
should be successful.
But that was Dallas's problem all year last year. Is their offense was very successful in games that they were overly successful. So when they were good, they were really good to a point where we didn't need them to be. It was like the baseball team that scores 21
Right.
and then comes out and gets shut out the next game.
Right. You're
That
right.
was Dallas's.
Right.
Like, oh, their offensive numbers look so great. It's like, yeah, because of 9 games that they scored 50 points in.
Do you know your primetime games at all off the top of your head? I know we don't have pulled up.
I don't. I would assume. Well,
You got a Monday night somewhere.
here's the thing: is I can
Actually.
tell you probably
You know,
from
being the Cowboys, it actually makes sense for us to look this up because
right, but I'm going to walk through this schedule and tell you the primetime games.
wait till I pull it up so I can confirm.
Right.
Because that would be, if you call it, then we're just out of here. Like I don't even need to talk about Falcons.
And when we say prime time, we're talking Sunday night, Monday night.
All right, let's go.
Buccaneers has to be a prime time game.
September 11th. Yeah, America's team's playing at night. You're right.
Is Bengals not a primetime game?
It is not.
Interesting. Is it like a Sunday 4:00, like where it's a
3:25. Yep.
So it's the game of the week on NBC.
It's the game of the week on NBC. Yep.
So
technically,
as close to prime time as you can get without technically being prime time.
Prime time.
Okay.
B.
Giants, Commanders. I'm saying neither one of those is in prime time.
That's wrong. Giants is a Monday night game.
Fail, in my opinion.
Right.
And it's at Giants.
Yep.
Rams has to be a prime time.
It is not. It's 3:25, which is the normal.
They're screwing. So those two games should be switched.
Correct.
Eagles, Lions, Bears. I don't think any of those are in prime time.
You're wrong. Eagles is Sunday night game.
So they're giving.
There's three already.
They're giving the wrong games prime time though.
All right. So now we're on Green Bay.
Packers,
Vikings.
Yeah. Giants. They probably play on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So that doesn't count.
Packers and
always
Vikings,
play
neither one's in prime time.
3:25 games. They're
right, but I wouldn't think that they were prime time.
They're the primetime B.
Yeah. Colts, Texans, Jaguars. No.
Wrong. Colts is Monday night or a Sunday night.
Or Colts, yes. Colts would be Texans, Jaguars. No.
Correct.
Yep. And then, maybe the Eagles again, but
Eagles. Yes, it's Christmas Eve.
Oh, okay.
That's when they do that. 3:25.
But there's Christmas games.
But then your Thursday night game is Titans. So your Thursday night game is the last.
And that should be a prime
And
time.
then Washington
Is that prime time these days?
I don't call it. I don't like Thursday night.
I love that matchup.
It's prime time in terms of everyone can watch it.
Right.
It is not prime time in good football.
So, and that's the problem with the Cowboys overall is that like prime time is anytime they're on TV, people are they're gonna have ratings.
Mm-hmm.
So like they can do that. But the games that should be prime time are very obvious, and they actually have a lot of them this year. Like I like their
relatively they should.
schedule,
For the
but-
NFC, they should because the NFC's not stacked this year. It's AFC dominant.
Right.
So it's going to be tough for them to do that. And you know what? The Cowboys are, I would say, top
So
3 in the
Ryan
NFC,
and
so
I
that makes
both
sense.
have our teams going 10-7,
Yeah, you sure do.
which mine is half under and his is 1.5 over.
So that says
division
something.
winner plus 105. You got to stay on that.
Yeah.
NFC champ.
Listen,
No.
we're not. I'm going to delete it.
No.
That's not this conversation.
No.
It's too early for that.
It is, but even like the Cowboys are much more in that conversation than you guys is. Just will be because of who they are.
How are the Falcons only plus 6,000? Is it? Can you get word? Like, can you get $1 million? Like, I don't understand.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's where we're at. Again, a lot of primetime Cowboy games.
Yeah. And I like you having a bye week in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Week 7's a little early. I think we had week 6 last year. That's early.
Right.
It's a stretch.
Yeah,
for sure.
The later, the better.
Absolutely.
Well, unless you're just completely out of it by your bye week, which is like the last week of the season.
Don't jump ahead, please.
All right.
Okay. Don't jump ahead. All right. Falcons, baby. Whoop, whoop. We have actually a receiving core that resembles a receiving core. Been signing a lot of good free agents.
But do you have a football team resembling
trading?
a football team?
No. I didn't. I said receiving
I
core.
just asked.
Our tight ends are legit.
Okay, that's fine. How's your O-line?
They
Average
they're
or below
they're
average?
really good without pads.
Okay, that's fair. Walk through.
Our defense actually, I believe, is going to be the strong point of our of the team.
All right.
For once.
So Saints.
Saints.
Right
so
out the
this is
gate.
what I'm going to talk about the Saints.
Get them at home.
That being said, we're gonna split the Saints. We always end up splitting the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
I think we win this one,
Okay.
and this is why. I think the mesh between Winston and his now threats at receiver takes a little time with Winston.
Fine.
It always does.
Okay.
I believe then our starter at that point is going to be Mariota.
Mm-hmm.
Easier to mesh, grind one out. That's
Win
where
again.
I think a win
Okay.
is. Rams. I mean, we can
Fair.
move on.
Yep.
Seahawks. This one, who the hell? I don't really know who the
at
quarterback
Seahawks?
is. I mean, the reason I want to lean towards a loss is because it's Rams.
But your
Seahawks. Do we go
defense
home?
is going to be your strength this year, right?
Correct.
So,
So-
against a team who's also going to struggle on offense?
Right. So I actually can foresee a win here.
Okay.
They're going to get decimated by the Rams.
Browns?
Browns. This one, who the hell's the quarterback? There's a lot of going into
Watson
that.
is the quarterback.
If Deshaun Watson, again, week 4 now, I see the Browns as a viable win.
Okay.
And then we get to Bucks. Let's not talk about that. Niners, and we don't need to talk about that. So the best, the highest.
So
I
2.5
see is 3. Like that is the
ceiling.
and when we mean ceiling, usually people go up to like the top. I'm talking about the ceiling on top of the roof, like on top of the top.
So is 2.5 too many?
No, it's.
I mean, you talked about the Browns. I mean, I would have said 1.5 looking at it.
No, in it should be.
Okay.
I'm just being the
You're
homer.
optimistic. So are you going over 1.5?
It should be 1.5, and based upon because the futures bets, by the way, has us at 4.5 wins
total
for the
which
year.
that fits because every third would be 1.5.
So 1.5 would make sense.
So I'm giving you 1.5.
And
you are taking.
I'm actually going to take the over.
I mean, you got to 3, so you got to take the over.
Yeah.
Okay. Next 6.
Next 6. Bengals, not a shot. Panthers, I don't know what's happening there.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now,
you get them twice.
yeah. As of right now, that's a win. Chargers, not a shot. Again, Panthers, Bears.
So do you think you beat the Panthers twice or lose to the Panthers twice, or do you think you split?
I think it's split. I think we split the entire NFC South.
All right.
No. Minus the Bucks.
Okay. Fair.
Right. I just do because both teams are hit and miss. Someone will make adjustment. The
Bears?
other can't. That one's intriguing.
Yeah.
I don't think they improved.
Right.
The only improvement they have is if their quarterback improves.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, they're going to fight the O-line situation. Trust me, I know how O-line play affects quarterbacks.
Right.
And that one's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And but I can see that one as a win because it's at home. Commanders, I'm saying 60-40 Commanders there. Steelers, I don't really think we have a shot at week 13.
Well, you don't get it. We got to stop at 12.
Oh, my bad.
So again, I'm going 1.5.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm again going to take the over.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Because I'm going to have to challenge you in the last 6 because you already started at 1.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
the Steelers here, this is tough because we're in the last 6 weeks.
mm-hmm.
You really
your
don't.
season has been defined at this point.
Oh, absolutely.
So you're probably starting a new quarterback at this point.
Ritter's probably playing at this point because we're 4-8, right? Or technically,
yeah.
No, yeah, 4-8 because our bye week's so late.
Yep.
So I think Mariota probably goes and plays at Steelers.
Okay.
And then bye week implement Ritter.
Yep. We'll get into that over under.
Oh,
later.
absolutely will. Yeah, absolutely will.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can compete with the Steelers.
Okay.
Now, again, this comes all the way down to where our O-line is at this point.
Right.
Because they could absolutely we're not going to have the same O-line week 13 we have in week 1.
Right.
Probably not even the same 3.
Right.
Probably a shitty shot on that one because I really don't think we'll have the same starting 3
at
that point. But on paper right now, I can see us competing there.
Okay.
I really do. Bye week, we'll probably lose. Split with the Saints, we'll lose there. Ravens, I don't think we have a shot. Mm-hmm. Cardinals, no chance. Bucks, absolutely no chance. The best case scenario is 2 wins there. Well, 3 if you include the bye week.
Right.
I know you have to challenge it.
I do, and in some ways I don't though, because the other side of this coin is something that Ryan and I really haven't had explored it, and we may get to that point, but specifically for a team who's set at 4.5 wins, tanking comes into play, and you can call it whatever the hell you want.
Absolutely does.
That's coming into play.
Well, I mean, if you start a rookie week 15 against Saints, Ravens, Cardinals, Bucks,
that they would be trying to get into a much stronger quarterback lottery, and they took a quarterback this year, which was my only issue with them taking a quarterback.
That's what's tough. So if logistically, right, we get all the way down to week 14, even 13, 14, and that's when Ritter comes in, is 4 games enough to know a quarterback?
Right.
I don't think so, being in my defensive position
right.
as a quarterback. Is 4 games enough?
In the NFL? Not a chance.
Okay.
I mean, look at great quarterbacks who played at least 2 seasons of bad football. I mean, we're talking Peyton Manning, we're talking Troy Aikman, we're talking
we're
Hall
talking
of
a lot.
Fame,
Yeah.
elite quarterbacks who just got to play a season or 2 seasons and never had anyone looking over
Just
their
figure
shoulder.
it out.
I mean, yes, that's not the case these days. Yes, these guys are coming in more NFL ready. At the end of the day, the speed, you can't teach the speed. You can't teach the different stuff that you're going to see. So 4 games, no, absolutely not. But is that all he might get?
It's plausible.
So because if they go 0-4, you're going to be 4 wins. Or 0-5, you're going to be
If
in
they
4
start 0-5, he's coming in.
Right. That's what I'm just talking about
right.
those last 5 games.
They
if
have
they go
to.
0-5,
Yeah.
you're 4-13.
Yeah. And we got a top 10 pick again, baby. Let's go
That's
quarterback.
what I'm saying.
Right?
Like, are you going quarterback again? So that therefore that comes into play. That's why maybe I still say over 1.5 because are you tanking at that point? From a fan perspective, you sure as hell want to. I would think.
I have to go under. I know I typed that wrong, but I have to go under. Max is 2 games, and if Ritter comes in, it depends when he comes in. If he really came in at the bye week, we're winning 1. I don't think he's beating a team unless the Bucs are sitting everybody. Right? Week 18, we have to throw that into. I could see that, but no, I can't. I'm going under. So that puts us at
well, technically that would
1
be
and 4.
1 and 4. Yeah. But still, it puts you.
That puts at 4. Which is crazy because I actually think.
No, you need to switch the bottom one. Your bye comes in the last 6.
Oh, it comes in the last week. Oh.
That's why it's more intriguing because your bye already counts to your over under. So, are you winning a game?
Oh God.
That's why I said
I know what you said that.
Do that.
Now I understand.
Are you winning one of your last 5? Well, of the 5 of the last 6. Like I look at that and say you potentially could go. You could very easily not win one of those games, especially if you're trying not to win.
I'm gonna go over 1.5,
which means that you're going 1 and at least 1 and 5, or at least 1 and 4. Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Which means you're going over 4.5 total wins.
Yeah, I think we do. When I look at this, the max wins when I saw this come out was 7.
Okay.
7 is like you played out your ass.
Right.
Like there's no chance in hell you go above 7.
Right.
And so realistically, yeah, I think we fall between 5 and 7. Absolutely. And here we ride.
Right. All right. Take us home.
Which is division winner. Yeah. Guys, we don't have to worry about that. It's not gonna happen. As always, though, we welcome feedback. We haven't got a lot of feedback the last few weeks, and I'm not okay with it.
Slow time of year, but we need to pick it back up. PGA coming this week.
We've had some golf reach out to us, but we haven't had really a lot of comments. So come at us. Let us know. Now, if you're a lot of football fans, if that's maybe where we're at, then let us know about these schedules. Mm-hmm. It's fun. It's fun when the schedules come out. Now we get into mini camps and we don't talk for the next couple months, but come at us. PGA this week. Ride the Tiger. As always, like, share, subscribe, do all those fun things. We're out here. We'll be out on the course very soon, so you can see our swings. Just want you guys to know, my driver, I got it figured out, so appreciate that. So, and Ryan, well, maybe he'll figure his out.
Hey,
his looks, he just has the look of like I'm not saying Matt Wolf-ish. It's funky.
Oh yeah, he's a wrestler.
He's a wrestler. He's a wrestler.
We'll leave it at that.
So we'll leave it at that. But everyone have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
Have a great week.
It's time.